With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K. Welcome to another edition of my video version of my Rants and Raves podcast. As you can see from what you're looking at, we're going to talk a little bit about digital signage, but not traditional, boring old digital signage. We're going to talk about how you can make it a lot nicer, spruce it up a little bit, and also do some creativity that will draw people's attention and give you an opportunity to sell into spaces that you probably hadn't thought about. Everyone kind of already knows that signage is a market that I'm in love with and talk about a lot. And I asked Videri to come on today's show for two reasons. First, I want to introduce everyone to Stephen Jenkins, who just recently joined Videri as the Chief Revenue Officer. Stephen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
And I want to talk to you and ask you why you decided to join Videri and talk a little bit about your background. But before I do that, I want to introduce Jackie Cooper, who's the head of channel. Jackie, how are you doing?
I'm great, Gary. How are you today?
I'm great. It should be obvious to our audience that you're doing something quite unique where the screens at separate locations are completely in sync. It's not just sending the content to the screens, but you're keeping the screens in sync. Jackie, how are you doing that? What are you doing here? And is it all because of your new platform or what are we looking at?
Yeah, this is all because of the Videri portal that we have. So it allows us to remotely manage our screens. These are cloud-based canvases that are hooked up over Wi-Fi. It's enabled us to create these really stunning playlists and orchestrations through our platform. So Stephen is in another location. I'm here in Toronto. We built these beautiful playlists, and this can be managed by, the screens that we can see here. This can be managed globally, locally, and that's really the magic of the platform that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, and you're actually on Portal 3, which we'll come back to in just a second. Stephen, so talk to me about why you joined Videri.
Well, so had about 11 and a half years with a large global integrator. Loved that business. Loved everything about it. Got to see a lot. My last role there was I was in charge of innovation and strategy. So I was kind of out there looking at whatever's cool and whatever's interesting. And I'm a big believer, and you have to start with outcomes. And those outcomes drive the technology that you want to go search for. So when I was introduced to Videri, I thought, hey, they have a really interesting take on how you do digital signage kind of differently than anything else. I mean, we touched on the syncing, but I think what's really interesting is there's no wires involved, right? So all this is completely wireless.
Yeah.
And so for me, I have an IT background. I think there's a lot of coolness to that, right? Like the fact that you can do these wireless walls without anything having to happen but cloud and software technology. So that really attracted me to it. I think they're a really well-kept secret. And so from a chief revenue officer, There's no room to go but up from that perspective. So we're really looking to get the brand out there. So that's really exciting. We're taking everything through the channel, which is why Jackie's involved. And so that was really exciting to me. Coming from the channel, I get the opportunity to build a channel program that really relates to what the channel is looking for in profitability and deal registration, all those things. And then frankly, I just think that, this whole industry, right, is very big on how do I enable services, recurring revenue. And so we offer that through our subscription, but also through a managed service, right? Everything you're seeing here is our home offices. And so it's being managed through the cloud centrally. And I think that's really compelling that we bring something like this to the marketplace. So I'm super excited. And I think you will be too, as you learn more about it.
And that's the whole point of this is, we kind of help launch Videri into our segment of the market, because I think, as you said, one of the best kept secrets. When I saw them at DSC last year, and we had that discussion about the direction that you could go. I mean, look at what they're looking at. I mean, you're a company that only does digital signage, and you're saying, look, we want to help the pro AV industry get into digital signage. Jackie, obviously the key to doing that are finding those evangelists like Stephen inside the organization that really kind of holds the hand of every application. But in a way, you've really simplified it with your, not only just what Stephen talked about, your availability and the fact that you're focusing on the integration channel, but you've also simplified the technology as well.
Yeah, very much so. You can, take these canvases, install them in, very unconventional locations. We're really helping to expand the revenue and thinking outside of the box on digital signage. Because they're remote first management platform, it's making it very easy for these AV and digital signage resellers to really embrace a new technology. And we're having great success here in the US market. We're starting to sign up resellers. We're adding some logos now. We've got a very simplified go-to-market selling proposition, working alongside with TD Signage. And really, we're really about creating comprehensive partner support too, so that they can get training, essential knowledge, and really, help them scale this, into the enterprise and medium enterprise. That's really about scalable growth for us. And we're really focused on making our partners successful. And since Infocom, we've signed, over 29 partners here in the US, and it's still scaling. We're starting to see that sell-through come through and some really innovative deployments that we're having happen. And now we're setting our sights onto Europe and the Middle East also, where we're starting to see the demand just from, the organic growth that we've experienced, but also just really, really focusing on that partner-centric commercial model.
Yeah, and well, we have a global reach, so this could be seen by anyone anywhere around the world. So if you're interested, you should definitely check them out. We'll talk. If you're, by the way, if you're watching us on social, click on any of those links below, and it'll take you not only to the products, but to contact both Stephen and Jackie on LinkedIn. One of the things I noticed, Stephen, is it should be obvious to people. You mentioned kind of casually that there's no wires. The only wire that's required is power. And that means that you don't have to worry about the HDMI connectivity or the media player. It's all built inside the display. And you can see that it should be obvious that, right, even just what you're showing in the small amount that you're showing on your side, Stephen, you've got the square monitors, you got the rectangular monitors. And by the way, you're not green screening this. This is actual content behind each of you. You've also got the tabletop display that's behind Jackie's shoulder right there. All that has the player and the content and everything inside of it accessible to the cloud. So the only thing you really have to do is provide power, right, Stephen?
That's 100% correct, right? So, this is my home office. I just have my home Wi-Fi running here. And to put a video wall in my home office generally would be no small feat. But it was just me and a weekend with my 4-year-old. We got out the tape measure and measured some things out, and it was really easy, right?
OSHA didn't hear that.
It's configurable, right? Sort of like a smart appliances, right? So you've done that before. Yeah. You're using a mobile app, you're setting it up, and then you're basically taking a picture of the wall and it's auto provisioning everything, right? And so the way I kind of coined this is, obviously we're doing this wireless orchestration, but it's like you can create these virtual walls, right? So you're not limited in one set thing because it's wireless and because you're not really messing with inputs and outputs. I can have the entire thing a video wall. I can rotate between video wall and normal content, or I can have this being a video wall and that being a video, right? So it's really compelling to do that. And when you think about distributed signage, you don't want to be limited on solid connectivity all the time, right? I've ran a lot of signage networks off 4G, LTE and stuff. And so we're caching everything, and really it just has to maintain a periodic heartbeat. And that's it. And it can stay in sync, right? So you're not having to live stream and all that. The canvases are operating independently of each other. So it's really unique. And I think it sets up well for kind of what the future of signage could look like.
Yeah, you've really simplified it. And that's the unique thing here. And one thing that should also be kind of obvious, but should be pointed out, is that you don't have to deal with multiple vendors because you have a signage player, you have a content management system, you have a creative content production system, and you have the hardware all from one provider. It gives you the ability to just use Videri as your single brand. So Jackie, if I'm an integrator and I'm not, I don't have a relationship with you yet, what's the process? What should I do? Should I call my rep at TD Signage? Is that where I should go?
No, give us a call. Come into our partner site. You have my email there. Let us know. We'll get in contact with you. It's a very simplified process. It's a very simplified agreement, and we'll get you authorized. It is an authorized program. But just give us a call here at Videri. We want to talk to you. The one thing I do want to add, Gary, in talking about the platform is we also include device management. So we are a true end-to-end platform. So not only from the content creation side and the playlist, but we also have full device management. So that means that it is truly end-to-end for us.
And you have some new stuff. You have Spark and you have Portal 3. Stephen, what's Spark and what's Portal 3?
Yeah, so Spark is our new line of canvases that are coming out. So same form factor that you see behind me, but it will be 4K, additional haze, faster processor, right? Doing a lot of things, but we're maintaining the same look and feel, right? And we think that the look and feel is core to what we're doing. The aesthetics are very pleasing. We've seen that. And then, as we move forward, we're always going to represent our hardware, but we really want to be strong in our software, right? And we want to be a software first company where our software compels you to want to use our hardware because it works better together. So Portal 3 is a step in that direction where we really introduced scalability at, unlimited capacity, really focusing on that remote management for better control, especially for our MSP partners out there. And adding other, unique features that enable you to have better proof of play, being able to have pictures of the canvases that are behind you located directly in the portal. So not only can you see them from a ones and zeros perspective, but you can see physically, hey, this is the layout that we have here, and here's what it looks like, right? And so this is what we're doing. So Portal 3 is our launching point for a lot of really cool stuff that you're going to see, because we always believe in continuous improvement, right? So Portal 3 as it is today is a great step forward. But as you see quarterly, you're going to see more and more features and updates and openness in our platform as we move forward.
And obviously, I should mention that you can go check all this out at videri.com, videri.com. They're distributed through TD SYNNEX, but Jackie says, check out the website, go there and click on the partner link and apply this. And by the way, if you're an end user watching this, because obviously about 40% of our viewers are end users, this is a product that really kind of allows you to get into signage really quickly and really easy to manage. So check it out at videri.com, videri.com. Jackie, thank you very much. Stephen, congratulations on the move, and the background that you have on the integration channel will really help a lot, because that will help them understand sort of the complexities of the systems we've set up as an industry for many, many years. And you can kind of break through that. So I want to thank you both for joining me today. And I want to encourage you all to go to videri.com. I think you'll be impressed with this company a lot. videri.com. Thanks for joining me for my rants and raves today, where we kind of explore new products, new technology, and what people are up to. You can check all of my video casts out at ravepubs.com. Thank you.
rAVe Radio with rants and raves.